It is easy to live in fear of losing your security. And then there is always the biggest fear that you will die eventually. These fears are hard to put aside, especially if things are not going well. But it is worth giving it a try. Take a deep breath and say, only time will tell. Do not be afraid of dying or losing all your money. This is not something I can do. It's just a plan I'm working on. It is one of the many things that are easier said than done. Do not be afraid of dying or losing all your money. I would not throw caution to the wind and take up skydiving. Furthermore, I see nothing wrong with wearing seat belts when I'm driving. Fear is sometimes necessary for self-preservation. But taken to the extreme, it can cause you constant consternation. Do not be afraid of dying or losing all your money. What if we do not lose all our money? Our beloved paranoia was all in vain. And we must sit sadly watching our financial fears slipping down the drain. And when finally we die, rich and famous at 109, may we find we had more than enough time to worry as we step across into the divine. Do not be afraid of dying or losing all your money. Do not be afraid of dying or losing all your money. I was listening to public radio a while back, and it was around Christmas time, and they said, we're going to have a contest, and you listeners out there, you send in your Christmas songs, and if we like them, we'll play them on the air. And so I said to myself, well, this is great. I'll be driving along in my car, and I'll hear people's Christmas songs. That'll be really cool. And then I said to myself, wait a minute, I'm a songwriter. I can do that. So I did. I sent it in, and they played it, and I was ecstatic. And here it is. I need to buy some rain gear, something to protect my clothes, 'cause off the coast of Maine, dear, we get some very rainy snows. I had to work on Christmas, hauling traps with my friend Ray. He's up from Massachusetts, guess that's why he talks that way. Sailing off the starboard starboard side, it's the right for you landlubbers, we saw this cruising yacht. The captain waved past us by, probably doing 13 knots. Wearing a bright red raincoat, racing, you know what that means? That dude off ahead, nose rain gear, probably went to LL Beans. I like lots of different kinds of songs, you can probably tell, and so I write a lot of different types. And if you've got something in mind, it's good because you can write it within the style that thing dictates. Like, for instance, if you are thinking about pickup trucks and drinking beer and divorce, you write a country song. And if you're agitated and not quite happy about things, you might write a punk rock song, and this one is like that. Expletives not deleted, so if you have a problem with that, get your hands ready for your ears. And also I'd like to apologize to anybody who drives a Land Rover. I don't really hate Land Rovers, it just rhymed. I get the feeling something's wrong, and it's been going on too long. I hardly ever show it, you wouldn't even know it. Sometimes it goes right through me, I'm letting it get to me. When people pass me by, they say, there goes a real nice guy. So hey, how come I'm always so pissed off? I got someplace I need to be. There's a line of cars in front of me. So wouldn't it be considerate if they'd speed it up a little bit? Maybe you could just pull it over, you and your big fat Land Rover. Before I go over the brink, maybe I better stop and think. I'm always so pissed off. I flunked my high school typing class, but that's all somewhere in the past. Who'd know that in the end the keyboard would be my friend? Oh fuck, my speech is getting cruder, you lousy damn computer. With every hour I spend online, I'm saving time, I'm doing fine. Come, I'm always so pissed off. By the way, let's talk about whales, biggest creatures on the planet. And if you feel like killing a few, well, it's not too hard to find them, damn it. Let's talk about bad dictators and war for the sake of profit. Global warming, rising tides in the USA, not trying to stop it. So unless you were looking for proof that my blood pressure is through the roof, don't get me started on whaling nations or the Monsanto Corporation. I love the flowers, birds and bees. And yes, I'm all about love and peace. So what's with all this anger? I'm just a kid from Bangor, Maine. Sometimes I wonder who I am. My doctor says lorazepam might calm me down. Well, maybe so, but will I ever really know how come I'm always so pissed off? Hey, I'm always so pissed off. Hey, I'm always so pissed off. feel better now. I got one more for you. I wrote a song a while back and played it for some friends, and they said, "Oh, Gordon Bach's already written that song." So, I went over to Gordon's house. He's my friend and neighbor, and I played it for him, and sure enough, he had already written the song. But he wrote the song as it is in the situation. This is how you really are in the situation, and I wrote it as you would be if you were in a 1940s musical. So. Walking through the woods during hunting season is something that I do, though it defies all reason. To increase my chance of living, I sing and yell. By this and many other signs, hunters can tell I'm not a deer. Here's your part. I'm not a deer. This is the song that I have sung so many years. I'm not a deer. I feel it coming on as each November nears. I wouldn't be caught dead with horns upon my head. I think it's very clear. Bum, bum. I'm not a deer. I'm not a deer. As you can see, I'm wearing blue. I'm not a deer. This is something deer will never do. You'd shoot anything that moves, but I have no cloven hooves, and I'm hoping that it proves I'm not a deer. Just like a deer, I like to jump and run. Also, like a deer, I do not have a gun. We both have a certain grace, as you can see. Thank you. But after that, the deer and I part company. No, sirree, I'm not a deer. I'm not a deer. In case you have forgot, I'm not a deer. A deer is what I'm not. I guess I'll have to pass, 'cause when it comes to eating grasses, I'm slower than molasses, and I'm not a deer. I'm not a deer, a female deer, not a buck and not a fawn. Me, I'm not a deer myself. This you can depend upon. No, no trophies of my head. Whoa, I'm getting out of here. What I'd hate to be is dead. I repeat, I'm not a deer. I'm not a deer. You would not mistake me in a crowd. I'm not a deer. Besides, a deer would never sing this loud. And through my great career, though there is danger near, I'll be of glad good cheer. I'm not a deer. No tail upon my rear, not a cow and not a steer. I am just as I appear. I'm not a deer. I know you're drinking beer, but still I have no fear, for I am singing clear. I'm not a deer. I'm not a deer.